website? And he did tell me, but I didn't commit it to memory. I saw it come through. Feel free to type your website in the chat, Emoji J. There you go, emojijdesign.info. He's a really great supporter. He records our sessions for us here so that it exists on YouTube as well. So if you missed some part of today's show, you can go check it out on YouTube. So that's really great. We appreciate Emoji J. He's helping so many people around the app, on the shows here, and he's just a really great person. We're lucky to have him as part of our community. Hello, Blero Shab. Welcome to the stream. Misha, welcome to the show. Mr. Good Guy, welcome to the show. Great to have you here. Hello, HDR Ninja. Always good to have a ninja in the room. So if you are just arriving, our show is called Make an Impact, and it's about how to make a difference to those around you. And what we're doing today is we always start with a song. I'm a songwriter, I play piano and sing. And so we always start with a song. And today we're going to do a song called I Challenge You, which is one of my original songs that talks about how we can be in each other's shoes and be out there to support each other and work together to make a difference in the world. So we start with that song, and then we'll talk about the core concept that's the foundation of making an impact in the world, and that is our purpose mindset. So we'll talk about that idea. And as I mentioned, Roberto Ivan was here last week, and we worked together with Roberto to clarify his purpose statement so that he could make clear decisions about how he spends his time, invest his effort, and also communicate clearly what he's about to other people. So it's a very powerful purpose statement, which we'll talk about in a little while. But then we also want to see, what does it look like when that purpose statement is made real? Hello, Jamil. Great to have you. Welcome to the stream. We love the ninja, Nate. Hello, Herbie. Great to have you here. Hello, Jams. Hello, Eds. So, you know, what happens, or how can we put that purpose into action over the next couple of years? So if you want to do that, if you want to put your purpose into action, today we're going to talk about how to create your future so that what you decide you're about can be fulfilled on in the world. So today, this is our show, Make an Impact, Jamil. And today we're talking about how to create your future. Take your purpose and game it out for the next 2 years. We're going to talk about how you can do that. Thank you for the cherries, Thomas. Thank you for the bear, Nate. So as you know, if you've just arrived, our show is called Make an Impact. It's about how to make a difference to those around you. And we are going to start with an original song that I call I Challenge You. And it's about me challenging you to put yourself in other shoes and to work together to tackle the world's problems. Elena, thank you very much for that favorite. We very much appreciate it. Hello, James. Glad to have you laughing. Thank you for the 100, Ivan. Well, they can, James. By you outside the live stream based on what you learn in a live stream. But I know we've had disagreements. We see life from different points of view. Blame my past for decisions of today. And like fools, we think somehow tomorrow things will change. I challenge you to put yourself in my shoes. I challenge myself to place my feet in yours too. I challenge you, my friend, to open your eyes and dare to believe that we are all one. It's easy to judge the world around us, place blame on someone else. It's easy to find fault in another. For some reason, somebody's always got to be wrong. I challenge you to put yourself in their challenge myself to place my feet in their soup. I challenge you, my friend, to open your eyes and dare to realize that we are all one. There is one thing I want you to understand. Though we part the separate ways, we are one team, one world, playing the very same game. I challenge you to put yourself in my shoes. I challenge myself to place my feet in yours too. I challenge you, my friends, to open your eyes and dare to realize that we are all one. I challenge you. I challenge myself. I challenge your soul to open our eyes and dare to believe and dare to realize and dare to live life. Yes, like we are all Steve, oh, great to see you, Brooklyn Zoo. Welcome to the stream. Actually, I have a really good friend who's a zookeeper. Nate, thank you for keeping on top of the ball here. By the way, guys, meet Nate Rose Thorne. He is my right-hand man on the show and also my right-hand man in life. So if you'd like to be a guest, please hit Nate or I up. You can hit us up on Instagram or message or anything like that. Reach out to us if you want to be a future guest on this show to make an impact. We coach you and take you through the steps you need to prepare for the show. And then, of course, on the show, we coach you during the show as well. And it's great to have everybody here. Thank Vampy. Great to see you. Thomas, thank you for those snowballs. We appreciate it very much. Steve, thank you for the snowballs. Great to see you, Steve-O. Awesome to have you here. We love you, Vampy. Vampy is also a former guest and also a pillar of the Meet Me community and the streaming community. So please hit her up with a favorite. And as you can see, Ivan is our guest today. Roberto Ivan, so do hit him with a favorite when you see him. And great, yes, definitely. Thanks, appreciate that, Steve-O. We love you, my friend. Great to see you too, Vampy. And Vampy was a previous guest on our show. She became a tutor and got her first client as a result of the work she did in this show. So we're very inspired by Vampy. She's such an extraordinary woman, inside and out. Thank you for being so amazing, Vampy. All right, so welcome to the show. If you've just arrived, our show is about how to make a difference to those around you. And you've just heard me sing one of my original songs called I Challenge You, playing the piano and singing. It's great to have all of you here. Thank you very much for tuning in. On our show today, we're going to begin by talking about the purpose mindset. The purpose mindset is this core concept, this core idea that we have about what it takes to make a difference in the world. We have to have a purpose mindset. So we'll talk a little bit about what that means. And then our featured guest, Roberto Ivan. So Roberto Ivan is a business owner. He helps people who are establishing businesses in the United States to navigate all the complexities in being able to do so and do so in a sustainable way. He is from Latin America, so he speaks Spanish. So if you're somebody who's here as one of our Spanish speakers or somebody from a Spanish-speaking geography, please hit him up because he can help you to establish any great business idea in the United States and build that business there. So it's extraordinary what he is doing with his clients. He's an amazing man. You'll love him. He's really down to earth. and we're going to be really excited to take you through his journey. But today we're going to begin by talking about this concept of the purpose mindset. The purpose mindset is the attitude that you bring to everything. It's the attitude you bring to everything. It's not just the attitude you bring to work or to your life and your relationship or to anything you're up to, anything that matters to you. The purpose mindset is there. Thank you for the snowballs, Nate. Appreciate those. So that's what we're talking about. We talk about the purpose mindset, and we say there are 3 levels to the purpose mindset. We use the analogy or refer to the concept of the internet, and as it evolved, it kind of changed its state. So when the internet began, we had Web 1.0, which is when you would go to the internet, go to a search engine, type a search string in, and get some websites that you could go to, and you would just consume the websites. You were just receiving information. If we approach life in that mindset of I receive, just taking what we get, it's as though we're a passenger in our very own lives. We are task orientated. We're focused on being busy, getting things done, ticking boxes, focused on the grade we're making or our current job role. And our whole focus is about survival. It's a really important place to start. We all have to do a minimum amount of effort in order to survive and get by in life. And that's 1.0. Now, if you're not surviving, if you're kind of going backwards, as it were, then you need to upgrade to at least taking things on, at least taking in your life and surviving, doing the things you've got to do, right? So it's always a place to start. And if we're a business, we're focused on making money so that we can keep the lights on. We're profit-centric at that stage of our business. So there's nothing wrong with 1.0, but it does give us a particular experience of being alive, one of just struggling through for many of us. So 1.0 is not really where we want to stay forever. So if we want to upgrade, we need to strive, and that's 2.0. When the web became 2.0, it became participative. We had social media, and we could engage with other people and participate with other people. So if we approach our lives in this 2.0 way, we participate in life, it's as though we went from the passenger seat into the driving seat. Now we're in the driving seat of our lives. We're setting goals. We're focused on results. We're being productive. And we're focused on our long-term goals, thinking about our career or our CV. If we're a business, we're focused on people, not just making money, but also on the services and the quality of experience that our customers have, but also the experience that our employees and teams have. That's people-centric. That's 2.0. So at 2.0, we're striving. We keep moving forward. We keep setting new goals, meeting new challenges, and we're focused on being productive. So this is a really great place to be. Can be really satisfying. Most of the people we talk to at 2.0 experience satisfaction in their work and life. But the thing about satisfaction is that it's fleeting. It comes and goes. Thank you for the favorite, by the way, Zip. It comes and goes. So sometimes when we experience satisfaction, as soon as we achieve a goal, after the goal is done, after the satisfaction dissipates, we're like, ugh, gotta set another goal. And then we build up and we achieve that goal. And then after that, it's like, okay, what am I gonna do now? Then we set another goal. At some stage, that becomes not enough. At some stage, we feel a little bit like we're on a hamster wheel. So then we have to do something different. We need to go from striving to thriving. And that's when we upgrade to 3.0, the purpose-centric mindset of co-creating the world around us. When the internet became Web 3.0, we had platforms arise, such as Airbnb, where people who were hosting guests, as well as the guests, would rate each other and co-create experiences on a platform. So this is a co-created experience environment. Everyone has a level of ownership in what's going on. So when we take our life on in a co-creative way, it's as though we're a designer. We're purpose-centric now. We're focused on the impact we're making being strategic, taking ownership, and making a difference with what we do with our time and how we run and lead our businesses. This is what it takes to thrive, being a designer and co-creating the world around us. And that's what we call the purpose-centric mindset, the purpose mindset 3.0. Thank you very much, Vampy, for the snowballs, and Ivan for the cherries. So this is the 3 levels of the mindset. So you've got 1.0, which is as though we're a passenger. And it's this way because of some external force, circumstances. Someone out there is the reason why it is the way it is. And we feel like there's nothing we can do and things are a bit beyond our control. That's a 1.0 mindset. So if you're experiencing that in your work or in your life or in your relationship or in any aspect of what you're dealing with, that's an indication you're at 1.0. And we start there, but that isn't where you oftentimes want to stay. If you want to upgrade to 2.0, you start considering, it's up to me to make something happen. What can I do about this? What results am I producing and can produce? Matthew, we love you, Matthew. Thank you very much for the heart eyes. Matthew, More Miserables, is the one of the inspirations that led to us having a show here on the platform. So please hit Matthew, More Miserables with a favorite. He's a top badge. He's my favorite top badge on this app. You will love every moment you spend with Matthew. So 2.0 is focusing on what results you can produce. And then we go to 3.0. And 3.0 is about, how do I fulfill my purpose? How do I use whatever circumstances I'm dealing with to make a difference in the world and make an impact? How can I co-create something with others as a designer? So it's no longer something that I'm just at the effect of. That's a 3.0 mindset. Hello, English and Spanish. Thank you for the star and welcome to the stream. You'll be excited because our guest today is a fluent Spanish speaker. Kitty, oh, hi Jackie, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here for the show. All right, so just to review, we have 1.0 being a passenger, 2.0 being a driver, and 3.0 being a designer of your life. So please take a look at your work. Look at your job and tell us what you think you're showing up as in your job. Are you a 1.0, feeling like it's all a bit out of your control and the experience is due to other people? That's 1.0. Type 1.0 if that's you in your experience. If your experience is 2.0, you feel like you can make things happen and it's up to you and you can produce results. That's 2.0. And you're focused on making things happen in this job and your career. That's 2.0. Put that in the chat that you're 2.0. And put 3.0 in the chat if you see your job or work as the way to fulfill what you're on the planet for, to fulfill your life's mission, to co-create something with the world around you. Put 3.0 in the chat. From South Korea, welcome from South Korea. Great to have you here. So put in the chat where you see yourself in your work or in your studies, 1.0, 2.0, or 3.0. Love to see a few types in there. There we go. We got Thomas thinking it's 3.0, co-creating the world around him. Thomas, by the way, if you see Tom there, hit him with the favorite. He's a medium, so he helps people connect with lost loved ones that have passed away. So if you are curious about that, you want to connect with someone who's passed away, Thomas is your man. He's really skilled in this. Thank you for the cherries and the sun. Right? So thinking about where you are and what your mindset is and how you can upgrade is the foundation of the work we do. And in order to be 3.0, in order to be purpose-centric, in order to co-create something that's fulfilling a bigger purpose in the world, you have to create and declare your own purpose. You have to create your purpose. So in order to create your purpose, you need a purpose statement. And so there's a process that we take people through to do that. Right? So let's understand a little bit more about what we mean when we talk about purpose. Now, to help us understand what is meant by purpose, we use the kind of reference of a mug. Here's a mug. You can see I've got my No Drama Llama mug. And a mug is a receptacle for hot beverages. Right? And I'm not going to tip my mug because I'll spill it all over the place. But in my mug is some coffee. So a mug is definitely used for coffee. But a mug can also be used for other things. A mug can also be used as a pencil pen holder there. Hold your scissors in it. But that isn't what the mug is for. It wasn't designed with that intent in mind. And if you wanted a pencil holder, you would go to, say, IKEA or someplace and buy one. But you could use it for that if it's nearby and you needed something in a pinch. You could use a mug to hold your pencils and pens on your desk. It's the same with us as people. If we don't create our purpose, what we're for in the world, then the world will just use us for whatever we're nearby. So this is the reason we tell people to create your purpose, so that you can declare what you want the world to use you for. Because the world's using you for something, you get to say what it is, or the world will just use you for whatever is convenient nearby. That's what we mean when we say purpose. And so it's critical for us to be able to declare that, to communicate that with others, and make decisions on the basis of what we're about, what our purpose is. So that's our purpose. Now, how do we come about figuring out our purpose? We make two lists. We make a list of fulfillments and we make a list of frustrations. Fulfillments are those times in our life when we experience that we're making a difference with our lives. Frustrations are times in our lives when we observe something and it really bothers us at like the pit of our stomach. It's not okay with us that those things are happening in the world. Those are frustrations. And we're not talking about mundane frustrations like people cutting you off in traffic. We're talking about meaningful frustrations where it matters to you that those problems exist in the world and you want to do something about it, or you wish something were being done about it. All right, so that's what we mean. You make those two lists, come up with the themes, the common thread that joins those two lists, and that helps you identify what matters to you. Now, last week, we had Ivan with us to look at, and Ivan's here in the chat, he's going to be our guest today as well, but to look at his purpose. So Roberto Ivan made a list of his fulfillments, a list of his frustrations, and we distilled that down to a purpose statement. Those are the first 3 steps of this process. But today we're going to talk about how to take a purpose statement, clarity about what you're for in the world, and create the future on the basis of it. That's steps 4 and 5, which we're going to do today with Roberto. So, Roberto, if you can, please request the box. We'll introduce you to everybody, and then we'll review with everybody what we accomplished last week, and then we'll talk about your future vision for this week. So, if Roberto will request the box, hello, Yami! Super hugs, Yami, great to see you, my old friend. How you been? Thank you for joining us on the show today. All right.
Hello.
Roberto in the box. How are you, my
Hi.
friend?
Hi, how you doing? Good morning.
Good. Welcome
Good
back.
afternoon, everyone. Mhm.
It's great to have you back, Roberto
It's great to be
Ivan.
here too. Thank you so much.
Oh, how are you today?
I'm doing fantastic. Great.
Oh,
With a
and
lot of
VP Don Gal, welcome, by the way. Good to have you in the stream. We're doing great, Jackie. Thank you for saying hello. So Ivan, is Roberto, by the way, everybody, but he goes by Ivan here on the app. So Roberto, just for those who weren't here last week, if you could just introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your business and what you do for work, so that everyone here kind of understands who you are.
Sure, absolutely. My name is Roberto Ivan Salomon, and I am based in United States, in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. But I travel a lot in different states in the north and the south and Midwest of United States. I basically what I do is I have organizations that we help and support foreign investors to do business in United States, not only from Latin America, but also for Europe or other countries, whoever wants to do business in United States. So basically to help them in all of different challenges. And I love the way that you start the show with I challenge you, because I believe in that. I believe in someone that have a accountable partner that always challenge you to be the best. So I do the same for those that would like to do business here in the United States. So basically that's what I do. And also I'm involved in investing too, in real estate investing. And I like to help others to do the same.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. And for those who have just arrived at the stream, first off, welcome. You're on our show called Make an Impact. And our show is about how to make a difference, the lives of those around you. So it's great to have all of you here. And you heard Roberto talking a moment ago about I challenge you, that we started the show with that. So I play music, piano, and sing. And that's one of my original songs. So I started the show with that song. And so that is what Roberto's talking about there.
We need to
It's
get a
great to
producer
be
for
here.
that song.
Yeah, we need to get it produced.
To the
I
next level.
agree. Okay, so here we go. So what we're going to start with is, for those who've just arrived, we're going to take everybody through the steps necessary to create your future. And if you were here just a few moments ago, we said the first step is getting clarity of purpose. In order to do that, we create two lists. The first list is a list of times in your life when you experience fulfillment, which is to say you have the experience of making a difference in the lives of others. So when Roberto and Ivan and I were last week speaking, we did this on the show to look at what were the moments of fulfillment. And just summarizing, Roberto explained that supporting his brother, healing from cancer, and helping him create great behaviors to recover his health and be strong again was a fulfilling moment in his life, because he felt connected and he helped his brother connect with his good health and with the world around him. And then he also represented Panama and the state of Georgia where he lives. He represented them 6 times at the White House for the rights of minorities. And Roberto explained that he did this in the United States before he was a citizen even. So he was already standing in that 3.0 mindset, that purpose mindset, saying, I'm going to co-create something here. Even if I'm not a citizen here, co-create it. And for those who may not know, the White House is where is the seat of government, one of the seats of government where the president is in the United States. And so we had Roberto going there advocating for the rights of minorities, which is an extraordinary thing to be up to. He was being a voice. And then the third thing in the list is he creates businesses in the United States, and he created his own business so that people could have a voice in business and help them make their dreams come true, help them be resilient and take specific action that means success over time. And so these are the things that Roberto brought that were moments of fulfillment. And the words in green are the themes. As I said earlier, we're looking at these lists to find the themes. And hello, Tarot Reader, welcome to the stream. Great to have you here. And thank you very much for the champagne, Yami. You're amazing. All
Thank
right,
you.
so now we're looking at frustration. So as I said, you're making 2 lists to get clarity of purpose. The first list was the fulfillments, which we just discussed. And the second list is frustrations. Frustrations here are looking at, in Roberto's case, social injustice causes him a deep amount of frustration. In particular, he gets frustrated when people don't have access to information about resources, opportunities, and funding, and particular groups of people are excluded, such as minorities, right? So this exclusion causes a profound level of upset and frustration for Roberto. And also lack of financial literacy and people making mistakes and making decisions on the basis of very little knowledge and clarity. And they lose confidence because they make some decisions, they don't go well, and they lose confidence to make right decisions going forward. And so it's estimated that 450 billion US dollars are lost in the United States every year owing to lack of financial literacy. So this is a topic that Roberto feels passionate about. And of course, then the third third item in the list of frustrations is digital disinformation, which is people not being able to tell whether information they're consuming online is valid or not. And so they can oftentimes find themselves misled by well-meaning people, but they're working with the wrong information. And so this is another area of profound frustration for Roberto, right? And did I misrepresent any of that summary, Roberto?
I just want to let you know that hearing all those lists of fulfillments and frustration coming from your voice is really sinking in my understanding. So it's you perfect. I would
Okay, great.
absolutely perfect, and thank you. It's, as I
Great.
say, coming from you is interesting. It's an interesting exercise.
Oh, that's great. Okay, good. And Yami, thank you for the hands. And Raz, thank you very much for the snowballs. We love you, Raz. So just to review, we did two lists: a list of fulfillments, moments when you experience making a difference; list of frustrations, moments when you have the view that this is not okay with me, a profound upset in the world, things that need to be fixed. Those two lists have themes, and those are the bits we are writing in green. And we summarize that as a list of words here to see what those themes are. And we identified connection, voice, dreams, being resilient, taking action, being inclusive, creating clarity, knowledge, and confidence. And those were just the key themes that were arising in those two lists. And we referred to that list of names, list of words, so that we could come up with a purpose statement, a single statement to communicate what Roberto is for in the world. So we worked together and we co-created a purpose statement. So Roberto, will you read out your purpose statement here on the stream?
I am a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true.
Yes, yes, you really are. And so everyone who's observing today's stream, even if you weren't here last week, you can see that by looking at those lists and the themes, that this is really what Roberto is all about. He's a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. Big, big dreams. And I think it's so inspiring what you're about and what you're up for in the world, Roberto. Hello,
But
Phyllis, by the way.
hello, I want to take advantage of that. I just favor you, Felix. Great to connect with you. I hear great things about you through Gabriel. But Gabriel, I was able to create all these new purpose that is just it's such a good reflection of our conversation. So I just want to thank you to help me develop this. It's a good exercise, and I recommend anyone to reach out to inspiring leader Gabriel Flores to make that connection to your purpose and review it and have a conversation. So you, as a mentor and coach, you are incredible. So I just want to make a note of that.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Roberto. I appreciate that. And hello, Reg. Welcome to the stream, and thank you for the favorite. Oh, it's great to have you here. Thank you for the bear, Rami. All right. So now that we have a purpose statement, anybody who was here at the last show, you've caught up now. If you weren't at the last show, we're where we left off last time, which is creating this inspiring purpose statement of what Roberto is up to. But now the next step is to say, well, what are we creating in the future in order for this to become real in the world? And so how do we do that? So what we start with is we start with this concept called the future vision. Future vision is our ability to create the future. Now we start with this idea that hindsight is 2020. Now this is an idiomatic expression that we often use in the English language. So hindsight is 2020. What we mean by that is that if you were to go to the eye doctor and have an eye test, you would find that if you could see perfectly 20 feet away, what people should see at 20 feet away, then that's called 20/20 vision. So when we say you have 20/20 vision, that means you have perfect vision. So when we say hindsight is 20/20, it means we have perfect vision when we look into the past. So think about it. If you think in your life and you look in your past, how many of you, type 1 in the chat box if you ever have the thought that, well, looking back, if I could have done X differently, I would have done this, and this differently. If you have ever thought that, type 1 in the chat box. There we go, Raz, Nate. So we can look back in our past, and we'd know if we look back in the past, we do various things differently. That's hindsight being 20/20. That's that principle. Now, the cool thing about that is we can fast forward to the future. And if we fast forward to the future and stand in the future and use our ability to see the past perfectly, but we're standing in the future, we can then start from the future and design our way back to now using our ability to have perfect vision looking into the past. So standing in the future, designing our way to the present, we call that the Merlin principle because it's like magic. You can literally create your future and fulfill on it. Reg, yes, thank you. All right, so let's work together to create the future vision with Roberto. All right, so you can see on the left, we have a crystal ball. And I have not had the chance to do some fancy settings. So I want you to imagine that I'm doing some fancy business here and we're gonna fast forward 2 years, right? Imagine there's some special effects here in the video, in the stream, right? And we're fast forwarding and you, Roberto, have been being a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. You've been doing that for the last 2 years and it's January the 18th, 2024, and you're looking back on the last 2 years and you're grateful because you've accomplished some things being that purpose. So for those of you who are joining my stream for the first time, we've haven't been recently, we've changed the format of our show. And our show now takes the form of us working together with our guests, in this case, Roberto, in real time, which means I'm going to be typing on my keyboard. I'm going to be editing the slides in real time. So it's going to all kind of get a bit funny in a moment as we are working together to create the future with Roberto. So here we are, 2024. And Roberto, you're recounting what you've accomplished over the last 2 years, having been a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. All right, here we go. So give me a moment. And I'm going to edit these slides in real time. So Roberto, we're standing 2 years. So for the last 2 years, you've been being your purpose statement. Here we are in 2024. Share with us what you've accomplished in the last 2 years. Thank you for the sun, Dons.
I vacationed with my family in our native country for our annual get together.
It's Panama, right?
Sorry?
It's Panama, your native country, yes?
Yes.
Great.
So in our annual get together for the 4th time.
Beautiful. So that when we're looking at creating the future vision, we've been looking for those who have just joined. We're creating that. We're in 2024, and Roberto's looking back what he's accomplished over the last 2 years, which is really amazing. And one of the areas of his life that's important to him is his family. And going on vacation with his family, his brother's recovering from cancer and being in good health. So it means a lot to be able to accomplish that, doesn't it, Roberto?
Yes. Yes, it's important. It's important to be in your family environment. It's the number one priority for anyone.
Yes, 100%. This is great. What's the next thing you've accomplished in the last 2 years now that we're in 2024?
All right. Means I probably lost between 30 to 40 pounds and maintain a good balance in my weight, eating healthy and have better yes, eating healthy and better exercise, doing more exercising, meaning running, walking, and stuff like that.
Good. Love it. Love it. What a great achievement. And here's the thing that anyone who's watching now and saying, well, we're creating the future, how does that relate? Right? So you could see that Roberto is a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. And for any of us, our purpose doesn't just apply for other people. We have to walk the talk. We have to be our purpose also for ourselves. And so this goal of being fit, healthy, enjoying walking and running, right? In order for people to be resilient, they have to be healthy and well, right? That helps build their own confidence when they have control also of their well-being physically and mentally. And so this is really important. What a beautiful goal to say, and a beautiful achievement to have achieved in the years leading up to 2024. Really great work. All right,
Yes,
next one.
I would like just to make a comment regarding that. It's just that we all know for the last 2 years or for the last 22 months, we've been relying so much in digital interaction that sometimes we forgot to walk to the park, to walk to the mountains, to walk in the beach, to walk in the streets. So, and I don't know everybody, but I've been busier than ever because now we are so immediately this advantage of technology and we are available all the time that is like we can spend all day right in our computers, iPads, laptops, cell phones. So it is important to have that connection with mother nature or nature and exercising too and interact with others. I know it's kind of difficult right now in some point for others, but I just really want to express the need to do that because it is important.
I think that's a really critical point to make, is that, over from between 2022 and 2024, it's certain that it's been the case that technology continues to be a key part, and we continue to work from home and work in front of computers and things like that. And so that's unlikely to change for a very long time because we've changed how we work in. And so it becomes, we have to make a bigger effort and be more aware of our well-being and taking
Right.
the exercise and things. That's a really good point to make. Okay, what's the next thing you've achieved in the last 2 years since it's 2024 and you're looking back since 2022?
I started a new business,
Mm.
surrounded myself with the very positive, ambitious investors and people.
Mm-hmm. And any sense of what this new business is for, about, up to?
Oh, this business is going to focus in tourism,
Uh-huh.
executive retreats and tourism in
Mm.
traveling to Latin America in and enjoying and see the beautiful of in Latin America in every single country. I mean, in Latin America.
Yes.
Because one of the unique things in Latin America, and I am sure that you probably will agree with me, is that we're talking about 30 plus different countries. And even though that we have the Spanish as the language that united all these different countries, each country have a unique taste of culture or some a new background that can enlive and enrich others. And I
Mhm.
think that in order to work in this global economy or this regional economy, when it comes to the America continent, the entire continent of America, North America, Central America, Caribbean, and South America, you need to understand other cultures. So I think that that is something that I would like to focus more to.
I like that. So, what you're talking about there is for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. A key way that you can be a voice for that is by creating unity through this business. So people start to connect, right, with, and creating unity and connection, let's say, right?
Correct.
And that's part of you being that voice and helping people be resilient and confident to make their dreams come true because they don't see themselves as separate from others on the continent. I think that's amazing. Hello, Anthony. We're doing great. Thank you for being here. And Phyllis, by the way, is inspired by what you've been talking about there. Phyllis, as mentioned here, that she's working on her weight and exercise, and it's really working. She's doing really great,
A
actually.
digital applause for Philip.
Yes. She, for those who don't know, Phyllis Santa Maria is my business partner and really the closest life friend. And Phyllis does look great when you see her. So definitely, we'll be doing some more shows with Phyllis, and you'll see how great she looks. So it's very fantastic, Roberto. That's very good. Let's take a look. What else?
What else? With that said, that means that I'm gonna travel more. So IRA travel to Argentina, Colombia, Chile, all South America. helping over 100 foreign investors to increase their investments in other countries. Because I think that it's important that we recognize everybody have a local, we always have our local business, but today's look, I am talking with someone, you are in UK, I am in United States, and we are talking and we are connecting. So we have to have our global and international strategy in place too. In anything that you,
Yes, yes,
in
100% right.
anything that anyone do.
Yes, yes, yes. Facilitating investors globally and making a local impact. Yes, yes. And again, the opportunity there as you work with these investors, what you're about, like there's different ways people have been about investing. But your specific approach is you're bringing your purpose is that all the investments that you're encouraging people to make is on projects and businesses that are helping people be resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. So it's not just investing in anything, you're helping the investors' dreams come true, you're helping whatever businesses or opportunities that they're investing in. It's for those people's businesses or those people's dreams to come true, and whatever those businesses are working on, their dreams to come true with their customers, right? So it's really bringing that purpose in at every stage of your work, right? And by doing that, you create excitement and energy around and meaningfulness around this, the business and these conversations with these investors. Can you see that?
Absolutely. You say it beautifully. So I totally you got it. You got it. You got to have to concentrate the main idea, which is fantastic.
Yes. Hello, KLD. Welcome. Great to have you to the stream and the show. And so for those who have just arrived, you're like, what am I coming to? This show is called Make an Impact, and it's about how to make a difference to those around you. And we've been talking with our guest here today, Roberto, who's a business owner, about the future he's creating. And his purpose, last show we worked on his purpose, which is to give him a sense of focus and a clear articulation of what he's about in the world. And you see that in purple, I guess it is. I'm colorblind, so forgive me if I got the color wrong, but the color in the caps on the left, it says, Roberto is a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. And what we've been talking about in creating his future vision is what we're standing in the year 2024. And over the last 2 years since 2022, what has Roberto accomplished? And the most recent thing we've been talking about is helping South American investors to make their own dreams come true by investing in local and international projects that build confidence and make people's dreams come true and build resilience. So that's what we've been having a conversation about. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the favorite, Dorito. We appreciate you. All right. So any other things standing in 2024, looking back over the last 2 years being that purpose that you've accomplished, Roberto?
Finishes my fourth ebook. Mhm. So
Right.
yes,
And what is the impact of you having completed that ebook?
how to make your calling a reality.
How to make your calling a reality. Yes, I like that. That's brilliant. Brilliant work. Okay, you have room for one more if there is another.
Yes, my baby dog Sophia has a brother. Yeah, she's right here begging for attention. So it just like she just got the attention. So I just have to bring her here.
I
Oops.
love it. Guys, let's meet Sophia so everyone can see her. Can you see her? Yes, yes, there's Sophia. That's Roberto Ivan's dog. And there she is. Oh,
Yeah,
thank you.
I was
Ivan.
talking and she was just like doing this, and I say, okay, here you go. In 2024, she have a brother.
Yes. Yes. There you go. Well done. Isn't that amazing? Oh, so good. So that's baby dog Sophia has a brother. Did I spell Sophia's name right?
Yes, Sophia, Sophia.
Oh, PH.
Yes, Sophia. There's a
Uh,
special meaning in that way, in that name. But
Okay, brilliant. Love it. Okay, good. So, for those who've just arrived, we've been talking about how to create your future. And what we did is we recognized that we have the ability to look into the past and know better what we would have done differently. So, we use that ability by standing in the future a couple of years and using that ability to look in the past. We call it the Merlin principle. And then standing in 2024, we've created by being your purpose, by being what we're for in the world. In this case, Roberto's a voice for people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. Standing in 2024, what has happened over the last 2 years? He's vacationing with his family in Panama for the 4th time. He's lost weight. He started a new tourism business with investors, creating unity and connection in the American continent. He's helped 100 investors at least in South America to invest in other countries and make an impact. He's finished his 4th ebook about making your calling a reality, and his dog that you've just met, Sophia, has a brother. So those are the things that have happened over the last 2 years, sitting in 2024. So now imagine we have some special effects. We're now zooming back. We're now back in 2022.
the
Here we
time
are.
machine.
We're back in the time machine. We're in 2022 now. So the next step is creating focus. So it's really useful to stand a couple of years from now and begin creating what the world is like being your purpose. But we have to come back to the present, 2022, and focus on the very next things we need to do towards a future vision and consider what will make the biggest difference right now. And so now we're going to look at so you can pick 2 or 3 areas of focus over the next few months. What is your focus areas, Roberto?
Go back to
What are you
learn how.
focusing on now to move towards your future vision?
I'm gonna learn how to cook.
That'd be good for your health thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. Learn how to cook to improve my health through great eating habits. Okay, that's good. I love it.
Mhm.
Okay, great. What else? Current focus. Looking at your future vision. For review, you have the health bit we talked about there. We talked about this business. We talked about the investors. Right. So what about either the business, the tourism business, or the investors could you be focusing on that would make the biggest difference right now for you?
Participate and register in investments conference, and
Okay.
and be
Right.
more active in those investment groups. I am in one of them. We meet in different cities in the United States, but we've been doing that lately virtually. So
Yes.
what I will do now is in the next 2 months, be present face to face now.
Okay, great. So begin networking with investors through joining at least one more investors conference and being face to face. F2F means face to face. I'm just putting F2F for the purposes of space on the slide.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Hello, Kali. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. And we're happy to have you with us. This is our show called Make an Impact. And it's about how to make a difference to the lives of those around you. And we're working with Roberto, creating his focus on fulfilling a future. He's created his purpose statement. I am a voice for people being resilient, confident to make their dreams come true. And now we're looking at what he's focused on over the next couple of months to build the future that he created a few minutes ago. Now we want to define specific outcomes. These are the specific things that move us forward and show impact to fulfilling our purpose. How do we know we're achieving our future vision? And we do that through specific actions. And we have this concept called the alien principle. The alien principle, I love this emoji, the alien head. The alien principle is this concept that we think of ourselves as aliens as we consider what we're doing. So an alien is unable to understand subjective things like how people feel, or what mood we're in, or what our facial expressions or what our experience might be. Aliens on their own can't tell that because they're from outer space. They don't know us. So if we're an alien, what an alien can see is they can see things you do. They can see actions. And they can see changes that are numerical, numbers, measurable, right? So this is what an alien can see. And so we use the alien principle to help us be specific in creating the actions that we do next. And so inside of your focus areas, which you created here, which is about cooking, right? And creating healthy habits, right? And about your networking, what are some specific actions that you can take? Let's start with the healthy habits and cooking. What's something specific you could do towards learning to cook and developing those healthy habits? What's a specific action you can do?
Well, I guess I had to buy, I had to get into cooking classes, and
Okay, is there a good register for a cooking class?
exactly, I have to do that because um,
Is it an
I,
online cooking class or a face-to-face cooking class?
online, face to face, whatever it takes.
Okay,
It's just that
good.
for the last 14 years, I apply too much the concept of never eat alone. So I've been having meetings with breakfast, lunch, and dinners always out. And then when you're eating out, it can be a little bit overwhelmed.
Yes, those calories add up when you eat out. It's delicious, but they do add up.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes,
So that is a
yes.
specific action, and then another specific action is force myself to walk in all the different local parks in the city. There are many.
Okay.
There are many. I have one close to where I live, but I want to expand that to all of them.
Okay, good. I love it. I love it. Okay, great. And just for clarity, how many minutes a day do you plan to walk?
Uh, Minimum of 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
Once a day. I should be doing twice a day, but that I think that I need to be more realistic. What I'm doing is currently is
Yeah.
once a day.
Yes. Great. And you're going to register for this online or face-to-face cooking class within 2 weeks from now. Okay. By the way, most of the timeline we're talking about these actions are in the next 2 weeks, right? That you're taking these actions. Okay, good. So that's the health one. And then for your investors, creating connection with your investors, what's the next thing you can do to create a connection with your investors?
Participate in virtual meetings, more virtual meetings
Okay,
to
where
to
do
network.
you? Okay, how do you know what virtual meetings are available? How do you find that out, or is there a listing? Where do you go to find that information?
Okay, I belongs to a family offices group. In that family offices, there is a schedule of meetings
Okay,
during the entire year and monthly. So you participate in those meetings and you have the opportunity to network. Those meetings
okay,
are
great.
that's to network.
Okay,
So
great. And in the next 2 weeks, how many of those meetings do you plan to attend?
4,
4 meetings in the next 2 weeks.
yes,
Okay, now here's the thing about networking. This is just sort of a top tip. And I'm saying this. You're a very experienced networker, so I recognize you may have heard this before, but it's also beneficial for everyone, right?
yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. And Kali, when we talk about investors, Roberto Ivan is in the business of real estate and establishing business in the United States. So he helps people who want to build a business in the United States to be able to do so and navigate any of the complexities or journeys that are necessary to do that. That's what Roberto Ivan's business is, to answer your question, okay? So now we're talking about the meetings that you are. When you are networking, one thing that you have a tool in your toolkit now is you have your purpose statement right there, right? So this is what you're about. When you're going to a meeting to network, you want to be clear what you want to convey to those that you're connecting with. You want an intention of what you're trying to convey to them. So for example, if you're going to a network of investors that tend to invest in real estate, you want to be really clear about what your business does about real estate investing, and that you're putting in that element of your purpose about people being resilient and confident to make their dreams come true. You want to have some element of that in your statement, so that when people ask you, Roberto, tell us a bit about yourself, that all of that is included and it's really focused. And you must know not just what you're about and be able to articulate what you're about, but then also what you're looking for in the others. What is it you want or make available for others? So when someone is listening to you, what should trigger their thinking that I need to connect to Roberto Ivan?
Can I share?
Go ahead.
No, finish, please. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Most people think that they're going to see you're a great person, and that's the reason they'll connect with you. But that isn't how most networking actually happens. It happens by people seeing that you're up to something that they are keen to participate with, or that deals with a challenge that they are facing, and they see you as a resource for them. Those are the basis on which people connect in a networking setting, especially online. And Phyllis had something to say. Let's see, Phyllis, a great idea. I just saw on BBC News about the man in Glasgow who ran every street. Oh yes, somebody loves burgers, and he wants to invest in burgers. Okay, great.
Can I share a tip?
Yes.
Based on based on what we're talking, one thing that I take advantage of my background. I take advantage that I am bilingual, that I know Spanish. So every time that I am in any kind of meeting, it's all about that elevator speech. And what I do is I ask the right questions in the right place, and in the amount of big audience around it. So when I ask a question, I immediately make sure that everybody knows which country I am. And immediately I let everybody know that if you want to connect in Latin America, and you want to communicate properly in the culture and the language and everything, you reach out to me, and I always make sure that is there. And then when the conference is finished, everybody have a topic to get connected with me, because I know that everybody speaks English. Everybody is American in some cases, or for other countries, and then obviously they want to expand their businesses to Latin America, for instance. So they come to me because they want to, and then all the business cards start coming to me and things like that. So it's just that just go to that element that you know that make a difference, that everybody will notice in just asking the right questions. Sometimes it's very important to ask the right questions to get the right answers. And sometimes to get the right answer, you have to attract them to you when it's in business.
Yes, that's 100% right. And the element I'm inviting you to add, in addition to that really great setup that you've got there, really great communication style, the thing to now include is the impact you intend to make in Latin America through the work you're doing.
Correct.
Right? Say something about that in specific where possible, or where relevant at least, to help people really see you mean it. That's where you can really even distinguish yourself further. In addition to having that unique skill set, when you talk about impact, that's going to excite people in a way that even extends beyond the fact that you've got these unique skills and unique offer. That's bringing your purpose in to what you're saying, so people can resonate with you on top of all of the other really good stuff you're doing. Okay?
Absolutely. Very good.
Great. Excellent work. Okay, so now let's see here. The last thing we want to touch on is our community. So our community is when we think that most people who are doing things in life, sometimes we find ourselves in a situation where we try to do it by ourselves, but none of us can do anything by ourselves. It has to be done in community. Everything's done in community. Even if you thought you did it by yourself, you didn't, right? All along your life path, people have been involved in making us a success where we're successful and supporting us when we're struggling. Nothing is done by ourselves. And so we have to consider who our community is, where our support can come from, and who we can collaborate with to make the difference we want to make. And so this is why we engage in this question of who is in my community, who else resonates with my purpose, who can help you make the difference you want, and who will benefit from your impact. All right, so who's in your community for making these differences that you want to make? Roberto.
Absolutely. I know that everybody probably will say that in a sense, oh, it sounds so cliche, but in reality, family is a foundation. So my family.
Yes, the family is definitely a resource for you. You know, emotional, moral support, encouragement. That's really great. Who
Mhm.
else?
My best friend.
Okay,
my
great.
best my best friend for the last 18 years. The other day I was having dinner with her and I say, "Hey, do you realize her name is Adriana? Do you realize, Adriana, that we have 18 years of friendship? So now our relationship grow up, it's an adult, and now we need to discuss how we're gonna take to the next level this relationship that is a maturity." And then we both see each other and say, "Oh my God, 18 years." And I said, yes, 18 years. So,
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. Hello, Ed. It's great to see you here, my friend. All right. And yes, Callie, you're absolutely right. We need others to succeed. We can't do it on our own. Who else
mhm.
is in your community, Roberto?
My contacts, my business contacts. So my business contacts.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
What I consider, I use this concept. I probably discussed this already with you last time that we had this conversation. I consider this concept of my board of directors, and in my board of
Yes.
directors, I have my mentor, I have my personal coach, I have my accountability partner, I have the member of my family, and a member of my close friends. So what I want to compact all of them in my board of directors. So I encourage everyone that is listening to have always and put that mindset of having your own board of directors
Yes.
in your CEO. I don't know. Many people use this concept of CEO. For me, when you are a business owner or you are an entrepreneur or someone that wants to create businesses, stuff like that, you are a chief everything officer. You do everything, and you need to learn for everything. So I
Yes.
always say that.
Yes. Great. Great job identifying the community around you. All right. So we
But I
literally
want,
have,
but I want to take advantage of one more person in that
yes.
community. His name is Gabriel Flores.
Yes, we're here with you as well. Absolutely. Absolutely. And so for everyone here, hey, cool dude, great to see you. Super hugs, my friend. So we literally have 1 minute left. Anything you want to say as a parting thought, Roberto? Ivan, you've been, by the way, a great guest. We've loved having you on the show both of these
Thank
weeks.
you.
You're absolutely tremendous and so inspiring. Any, like for 30 seconds, any last words that you want to leave for everyone? And by the way, you guys can follow him on Instagram using these Instagram RG Salmon.
Just make sure that tiny changes can make remarkable results to your life. So each read and any book that can be able to change your habits. So a book that I would like to suggest is Atomic Habits from James Clear. So go and read a book to change your tiny small habits to make remarkable results in your life.
Great. Atomic Habits. Thank you so much, Roberto. Ivan, you're amazing. And
You are amazing too. Thank you.
look forward to seeing you. And for everyone else, thank you so much for joining our show this week. We will be back here next week on Tuesday. Same bad time, same bad channel. Let's 5 p.m. London time, 12 noon Eastern time, 9 a.m. California time. We'll be talking about how you can make an impact with your life next week on this show. Again, thank you very much, Ivan. We loved having you here. And we look forward to seeing you guys all next week. And thank you very much for the gifts. We appreciate that. Thank you for the champagne, cool dude. Ivan, thank you for the roses. Nate, thank you for the snowballs. We appreciate all of you. And we definitely have made the full use of our 75 minutes for the show. Loved having all of you here. Thank you, and have a wonderful night or day or morning wherever you're located. Love you too, Callie. We hope to see you again soon. Hit us with the favorite, by the way, guys, if you haven't already. And follow us on Instagram, Inspiring Leader. Love to see you again. Thank you, Ivan. Roberto, Ivan.